The Chicago Bears just pulled off one of the most dramatic preseason comebacks in recent memory, stunning the Kansas City Chiefs 29-27 on their home turf. On paper, this victory should have had everyone smiling. The Bears finished with 424 total yards of offense, dominated the time of possession, and showed flashes of elite-level talent on both sides of the ball. But the biggest headline isn't the comeback. It's the fact that new head coach Ben Johnson walked into the post-game press conference furious. Fans expected Johnson to be celebrating, but instead, his tone was intense, demanding, and brutally honest. He smiled when he first entered, but within seconds, his demeanor changed completely. "We are nowhere near where we need to be," Johnson declared, sending a clear message. A comeback win isn't enough if the fundamentals aren't right. A sloppy start despite impressive stats, yes. The Bears ended the night with more than 310 passing yards, 114 rushing yards, and a solid 36 minutes of possession time. But Johnson saw through the numbers. He wasn't focused on the final score. He was focused on how the game began, and he didn't like what he saw. The Bears' first two offensive possessions were chaotic and careless. On the very first play, rookie quarterback Caleb Williams mishandled a handoff intended for Alamide Zakos, resulting in an immediate fumble. Braxton Jones struggled to protect the edge against Kansas City's elite pass rush, allowing early pressure on Williams. The wide receivers failed to create separation, forcing Williams to hold the ball too long and risk sacks. It was a nightmare start, and Ben Johnson didn't shy away from calling it out. "We can't compete with elite teams if we start like this," he said, referencing Kansas City's defensive dominance. Facing a potential Super Bowl team, the Kansas City Chiefs aren't just another preseason opponent. This is a Super Bowl caliber franchise led by Patrick Mahomes, and Johnson knows the Bears will face teams like this if they want to contend in the postseason. That's why Johnson wasn't impressed with the box score. Even though the Bears finished with 424 total yards, their first-team offense managed just 75 yards against Kansas City's starting defense. For Johnson, that's unacceptable. Against a team like Kansas City, 75 yards isn't going to cut it, he warned. "If we want to compete at the highest level, we need to start faster, play smarter, and execute better." This is the new Ben Johnson era. Standards are higher than ever. Caleb Williams, the franchise QB, shows flashes of greatness. The spotlight was firmly on Caleb Williams, and the rookie delivered moments of brilliance mixed with moments of hesitation. Facing Kansas City's first-team defense, Williams looked uncomfortable at first. He struggled with timing routes, his receivers weren't getting open, and the offensive line gave him little time to operate. But Williams adjusted. He bounced back in the second quarter, leading a 78-yard touchdown drive that showcased exactly why the Bears drafted him as the face of the franchise. During that drive, Williams displayed poise under pressure, staying calm despite Kansas City's aggressive blitz packages. Pinpoint accuracy, threading passes through tight windows. Leadership, commanding the huddle and orchestrating the drive with confidence. His final stats, 11 completions on 16 attempts, 113 passing yards, and 1 touchdown, looked solid. But Williams knows he can be better. After the game, he admitted he's still learning the system. "We see flashes of what we can be," Williams said. "It's about putting it together for 4 quarters." Throughout the preseason, Williams has posted 17 of 25 passing, 2 touchdowns, 68% completion percentage. These numbers are promising, but Johnson wants consistency from start to finish. Tyson Bagent, Chicago's safety net while Williams grabs the headlines. Tyson Bagent quietly delivered one of the best performances of the night. The Bears' backup quarterback went 20 of 28 for 212 yards and 3 touchdowns, showing incredible efficiency and confidence against Kansas City's second and third units. Bagent started slowly but found his rhythm, displaying the ability to stretch the field vertically and sustain long drives. Johnson praised his composure and confirmed why the Bears extended Bagent's contract earlier this offseason. "Tyson gives us security," Johnson said. "He prepares like a starter, and that's what we need." Having Bagent as a reliable backup is crucial, especially with a rookie like Williams at the helm. The Bears now have 2 capable quarterbacks ready to step in and lead the offense if necessary. Defensive concerns versus Patrick Mahomes. The Bears' defense entered the game confident, but were quickly reminded of Mahomes' brilliance. In just 4 drives, Mahomes completed 8 of 13 passes for 143 yards and a touchdown. He exposed weaknesses in Chicago's secondary and forced the coaching staff to reassess their game plan. Key defensive issues. Jalen Johnson's absence created a mismatch nightmare. Rookie Tariq Stevenson struggled to track deep routes, giving up multiple big plays. Kyler Gordon returned from injury, but looked rusty. Terrell Wright and Terrell Smith were both beaten in single coverage. The defensive front also faced challenges. Despite featuring Montez Sweat, Javon Dexter, and Grady Jarrett, the unit failed to generate consistent pressure. There were moments where Mahomes was nearly sacked, but Chicago simply couldn't finish plays. Ben Johnson addressed the issue directly. "Close isn't good enough," he said. "We need to hit the quarterback. Period." Before we break down Ben Johnson's plan to fix these problems, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss breaking Chicago Bears updates. Fixing the weaknesses before Week 1. Ben Johnson made it clear, this team has championship potential, but they're not there yet. The focus for the next few weeks will be on improving offensive line communication to give Williams more time in the pocket, developing better chemistry between Williams and his receivers, tightening up the secondary, especially while Jalen Johnson recovers, enhancing the pass rush to create consistent quarterback pressure. Johnson also emphasized the importance of the Bears' early bye week this season. With an extra week to evaluate tape and refine strategies, Johnson believes the team will hit its stride by the midway point of the season. Trey Hendrickson trade rumors. One name that keeps surfacing in Bears trade discussions is Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals. Chicago is rumored to be considering a deal involving a first-round pick and a young defensive player. Adding Hendrickson would give Chicago one of the most dangerous pass-rushing duos in the NFL alongside Montez Sweat. While nothing is finalized, sources suggest the Bears front office is actively exploring options to strengthen the defensive line. Season outlook. High expectations, higher standards. The Bears' preseason performance revealed both strengths and weaknesses. Caleb Williams has shown flashes of being the franchise quarterback Chicago has been waiting for. Tyson Bagent provides security and depth at the most important position. The offensive line needs to improve, but the talent is there. The defensive front needs reinforcements to consistently pressure elite quarterbacks. Ben Johnson isn't interested in moral victories. His message is clear: we're building a culture where good isn't good enough. We want to be great. Final thoughts. This game wasn't just a win, it was a wake-up call. The Bears proved they can fight back, stay resilient, and deliver when it matters most. But Ben Johnson is demanding more discipline, more consistency, and more intensity. Caleb Williams is growing rapidly, Tyson Bagent looks rock solid, and the roster has young playmakers on both sides of the ball. The potential is there, but potential means nothing without execution. For the Chicago Bears, the Ben Johnson era has officially begun. And with his leadership, this team's ceiling has never been higher. Bear down, Chicago. The best is yet to come.